a lot usually happens in the background. The moment we go off air, there is just something happening. But right about now, let's get into the conversation. Andrew Kibe. Andrew Kibe. Hey! Now, Andrew Kibe has had quite a bit of controversy the last couple of weeks. In fact, last week we spoke about him again on the show where a mob was trying to come at him and beat him up or do bad things to him because like the language there was very inappropriate. I felt triggered on his behalf. I am never on his side, but I felt very triggered because wow, men are just like a lot. And finally now he went on a podcast where he was speaking about his life, and he was speaking more specifically about his romantic life. And he reiterated that he has been a simp for most of his life. And that was part of the reason that made him to take like a fully different tangent and a fully different trajectory and act in accordance to what he feels like is not simp behavior. And he says that this simp behavior has been exhibited in many occasions, including when he was actually trying to get with this one girl, and the girl was like wasn't really that interested, so sort of kind of he fumbled the bag a little bit there, and ultimately his friend saw umeunguza bet, okay, akaingia kidogo, and he petered with the girl, which is again really uncomfortable language if you ask me, because like women are not trading cards. Like you can just like it's the way he talks about women that just like is a bit I don't like it. I really just do not enjoy it. Anyway, he said it was inexperience in his opinion, that the inexperience is what caused him to fumble this bag, aka lose out on this girl. And he said, my friend saw the situation and took advantage and slept with her that night. And I'm just like, okay, first of all, who is this girl? Let's just start from there. And also number two, women don't operate this way. We're not just over there waiting for anyone to hit on us and then ultimately drop trowel. That's really not how the female energy is exhibited. And even when people are courting you, if I do not want you, trust me, you will feel like you fumbled, but in reality, I just didn't want you. I really just didn't want you, and I wanted your friend, and that's why I hang out with your friend. That's why I enjoyed my time with your friend. It's not a thing of, he came first, so he got to enjoy the fruits of the labor. I'm just like, bruh, who taught you women act this way? Anyway, he continued to say that he went to this girl and actually asked her what was the reason why she wasn't interested in him, and he says that this is clearly simp behavior. Because in what world does a man actually take the time and go to a girl and start asking them like, why did you not pick me over my friend? And I'm just like, that's not simp behavior. That's maturity. That is you trying to get information so you can better yourself. In no way is that simp behavior. But according to him, he says that made him the biggest simp, and so he never ever has looked backwards, and he never ever will act that way when it comes to women. Ultimately, he started speaking about his wife, and he said that the situation was very toxic, and that the reason why he and she got married is because he was getting a lot of pressure from the pastors in the church. Let's not forget, he was a man of the cloth. He was a man of the pastors of the church. Sorry, he was a man of the church, and he used to be a pastor back then. And he says he got a lot of pressure from the other pastors to actually get married, and so he ultimately got married, not because he wanted to, but because he was coerced into it. And he says that they haven't officially broken up with the wife. Like, they have not fully divorced. They're separated, yes. They're leading different lives, yes, but they have not officially separated. And then he made a very weird joke, and he says that maybe she's waiting for me to make more money, to amass more wealth, so that she can come back and file for divorce and get more money out of it. And I'm just like, okay, the problem still didn't give us a clear depiction of why he and the wife broke up, except towards the end of this conversation he said that his marriage did end. They are officially separated, but he openly admitted to having been involved with multiple women during the extent or the longevity of their marriage. Like, as they were married, he was involved with multiple other women. But he doesn't know what happened with his marriage. The marriage just ended. She just wanted to be with an older man. She just wanted to be with a more mature man. It wasn't him. She was, difficult and stubborn. It wasn't the multiple instances of cheating. No. She was just difficult and stubborn. And she needed an older man who could control her, because he couldn't. He was too young and not invested in the relationship. Like, everything about Andrew Kibe and the way he speaks about women, just barf.
It's so interesting to see him trying to defend himself.
Right?
First of all, just admit you were a different person back then. You were this very religious man who used to even preach to people. You were married. You know that conventional, I'm a young man who's getting married and doing things correctly. So you have a wife, you have children, and maybe along the way you realized, this is not my thing, and you decided to call it quits. It's that simple. Marriages don't work all the time, and it is okay. But let them go. Let them live their best life. If it's not working out between you guys and you have children together and you're not exactly involved, or rather, we don't see you as involved in the lives of these children, set them free. Let them go. But you're not officially divorcing your wife to this date, given your reputation, given how you move, given the fact that you were also seeing multiple women while you were married, you're just separated, it's giving, I'd like to hold on to this and see what happens. It's giving, I will never set you free.
Yeah.
I will always be in your life, even though I don't really like you. And that's very narcissistic, to be honest, because if you don't like this person, why are you with them? Why are you holding on to them? Why do you feel the need to be a part of their life? And if it's true she didn't want you and you were too young for them, and she was not listening to you as the man you are, why not set her free? Why not let her go? She has shown, I don't want any parts of you, and she's willing and ready to leave and get out of the situation, but still you won't divorce her? Why? What's the reason? And you can't say it's because divorce is a sin. What other sins have you committed? Anyway, I feel like it's very hypocritical for you to just come out here and do the most and then still not divorce your wife who doesn't like you and you don't like her.
Anyway, who knows what
knows?
the story is there, because she's never come out publicly and addressed any of the issues. She's never really been keen on it. So you really never know what's happening with their marriage. It could, who knows, with Andrew Kibe.
Who knows?